Hey, what's going on, everybody? You don't have to guess who it is, you already know. It's Guess Who the Rapper, aka the Grand Ambassador, Flash Dynasty, here to lace your brain with some incredible and glorious game once again, man. And before we get started, hey, if you like yourself, hit that like button, like someone else. Hit that share button if you love yourself. Hit that subscribe button. If you want to get your certification, hit that notification button. The way you get the videos as soon as they drop. Now, I'm gonna just get right into it. I wasn't gonna do a video today because I just wasn't feeling it, and it's kind of like I want to talk about that a little bit. Staying consistent even when you don't feel like it, but at the same time, it's because of you might get distracted, with old habits. You're trying to stay on point, and you might get distracted. You might be wasting time scrolling too much and things like that. And in the course of that, it's good to be aware of what's going on in the world, but a lot of information that you acquire, especially if you're biblically sound and you're in tune with the Spirit of God, and you have a lot of biblical background knowledge and things in the prophetic, you can see that we are in the last days, in the end times, with all of these end time scenarios. Case in point, Trump is now telling Iran to back up off Israel. You did. This is prophetic. This is leading into some end time scenarios and it has biblical proportions. Leading all the way up to countries going into maybe sparking a World War III. Then you got other distractions. You got the P. Diddy case. You got, out of the blue, there's a Tyler Perry case going on. Then you're talking about, what else I saw? Like Godfrey and Vlad and Lord Jamar and the economy is getting bad, and ICE and immigration and this whole chaotic administration. It seems as if when this administration, meaning the Trump administration comes in, this is when all of these things start to occur. So it's like a pure it could be a vexation of spirit if you feed into it. Why is the glow so important? The glow, GLO, God's love over all. It can help sustain you and give you the peace that surpasses understanding. You'll feel peace knowing that, God is watching you and protecting you, even with all of these, cataclysmic and these sudden events occurring in this world outside of you, which does have an effect on you. You can't ignore it to the point where, living in fantasy land where it don't affect you, because it does affect you. People are protesting about ICE, you know what I mean? And getting rid of, illegals out of this country and all that stuff. But it was because of the prior administration allowing them in. Now this is it's like they cause the chaos and then they bring the solution. You know what I mean? The problem, and now they cause the problem. Now here go the solution. Me personally, I told y'all before, I don't know if I told y'all before, I've never voted. I trust not one politician, be it he a career politician or a career businessman, whatever, because I know that this United States is a corporation, and the presidents of a certain corporation or said corporation is not elected, they're selected for election. Let that, marinate on your mind one time. Like, straight up and down. So there's a lot of characteristics that God has descended his spirit upon, because there's something going on. Even me, going through a period of purifications, purifying from within, because there's a lot of things that I was doing, I ain't doing no more. I don't have desire to do it no more. You know what I'm saying? Being purified and crucifying this flesh on a daily basis. And that even comes with bad habits and all that type of stuff. And so while that's going on internally, hey man, it's coming to find out we're gonna need it. We're gonna need this spiritual power or God's intervention within our soulish realm, or else we're gonna lose our mind out here. Like provision, you know, where's that gonna come from? You got relationships falling off due to the fact that it's harvest time, baby. It's harvest time. You know, people done planted seeds, or the devil has planted seeds, and the wheat and tare, and God has planted seeds, and the wheat and tare grew up together. And now it's time to separate. It's harvest time. That's why you're seeing a lot of divorces, separations, aggravations, frustrations, countries going to war and having disagreements. Separation is coming down to the end. It's coming down to the end where Jesus Christ is on his way. You even got people arguing, you know, having different doctrinal arguments and things like that. And even today, got caught up with going on social media platforms and that spirit of debate and on what the color of Christ is and who the real children of Israel are, all this stuff. And you come to find out, listen, I'm just talking about me. I come to find out, listen, if that's what you want to believe, that's your business. You know what I'm saying? But it has to come time for some sort of intervention or some sort of confrontation. You know what I mean? That's why you're seeing protesting. There's some confrontation going on. Because some of these things you're going to have to confront, even in your internal realm. Internally, you got to confront them. You know, face them. If you have fears, it's time to face them. And everybody can't go. Everybody can't elevate. You know what I mean? And you have to realize that there's some people that's going to experience a falling away. People going to just start falling away. People going to stop calling you. They're going to stop picking up the phone for you. You know what I'm saying? Some people might be going through homelessness, losing their jobs, their careers, and bank accounts and all of that. So while all that chaos is going on and all these world events is going on, why are you the one seem to be at peace? Why? Because you're reading the Bible, studying, praying, even fasting, or trying to have a closer connection with the power that you need, which is the Most High God and His Son Jesus Christ. You have to do it right now. That's what's going on. I knew by being the reluctant YouTuber, man. I knew once I got started, I wasn't gonna stop. I won't be allowed to stop. You know what I mean? I knew that right off the bat. And I don't know where it's gonna take me. That's another thing. I don't know where it's gonna take me. You know what I mean? So, and just speaking to people online, even though I know y'all seen recent videos of me talking about relationships online, but that's not an all broad case. You might really meet somebody online, or you might really meet someone that could see your plight or see whatever and reach out to you. I've just heard a story of Sauce Walker. He was like, look, I was just asking for money. I was just out here asking and splashing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of the P's do or players do. And a woman took interest in him and, you know, sent him some bread to you know, finance what he was doing. and it was via a social media platform. I think it was Facebook or something. So there is a possibility. I'm just saying, overall, you gotta be careful. But I'm talking about the glow, baby, inside. You know what I mean? To where there's a lot of things that is getting ready to happen and has happened and getting ready to occur. And there's been a shift in this world ever since the pandemic. It ain't going back to business as usual. Some people talking like, yeah, once I get out of college and all that, you know, I'm gonna get this job and all that. Not realizing and not foreseeing, it's like they're clueless what's really going on. They don't even know that those plans and ideas is in jeopardy right now. It's like we have to elevate to a new form of thinking. You know what I'm saying? The currency is in jeopardy right now. 401k is in jeopardy. All these programs, welfare, Section 8, a lot of stuff, college fund, that's in jeopardy right now. And all of these so-called things that we were relying on is in jeopardy. You can only rely on one being, the Most High God, and His Son, Jesus Christ. You can't even get to Him without Jesus Christ, right? So, and I'm not just talking about them as an image, but the information, you know what I mean? The information. Like in, you know, like in Psalms 91, you know, all that stuff, you gotta really start reading that type of stuff, you know what I mean? And these things will cause you to, as you seeing all this stuff melt away and deteriorate and evaporate and expire, like I talked about the other night, expiration ships, you know what I mean? Things expiring all around you, job security, career out of way, things are expiring. But there's something that's eternal, everlasting. And then once you realize that information and fight for it, man, it gives you peace that surpasses all understanding. You know what I mean? And that's what's going on. That's what's going on. So there's a lot of things occurring in this world, a lot of things going on that might be taking your eyes off the prize, you know what I mean? Which is you in the mirror and your struggle to maintain a level of peace and happiness in your life and staying connected to the Most High God and His Son, Jesus Christ, but allowing the Holy Spirit to minister to you by getting, and that is what the glow really is. It's greater is He that's within you than he that is in the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that. Because sometimes you might hear me talk about this in a total spirit, in a vernacular of spirituality and in that language. And then sometimes there might be a language that's a bit carnal, but as long as you get the message, because people have a different tier of receiving information. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying, you have to be aware. Of course, you got to be aware of what's going on in this world and all of that, but you also have to be aware of your soulish realm and what's going on internal in your relationship with God, your relationship with Christ, your relationship with your family. Because you're going to need family, you're going to need friends in these times, because we're about to go on a rough ride. It's about to get rough. And, you know, I hate to say it, but the meek shall inherit the earth. But we get our strength. When we are weak, He is strong. That's why I say greater is He that's within us than he that's in the world. Sometimes our own strength can't do it. Sometimes you just can't do it. You need the strength of God into your life. So just ask for that, pray for that, fast for that, you know what I mean? And allow it to minister to your spirit. So I hope this video helps somebody on today, because who's being caught up of not really knowing what's going on, or just paying attention to too much, being distracted here and or being concerned there, and boom boom, you know, all of this chaotic stuff just so happened occurring during this administration. And even the last time Trump was in office, that's when they released the Plandemic. Sorry, that's just what it is to me. Y'all say pandemic, I believe it was planned or whatever. And I believe all of this stuff is planned, you know, so they can get our attention and get our souls out of whack. I don't trust no government. I don't trust no politician. I don't have no dog in the fight. The only thing we rocking with is God over here and Christ over here. We ain't casting I don't cast my lot into this system. This is the matrix to me. This is my adversary. That system is an adversary to me, and I'm part of the remnant. You dig? And so are you. If this resonate with you, then you are a candidate to be a part of the remnant. We not going. The ing in the word going stands for we not going. We not going for no marks or no beasts. We ain't going for none of that. No fear of death, no fear of nothing. This is what the purification is a part of. This is why people are falling out with you. They're not calling you, because God has allowed them to expire from your life. A lot of things that you were doing is going through an expiration shit right now. So it's time for us to, you know, glow up so we can blow up. You did? So, you know, bless y'all, lace y'all with that game for your brain real quick. And I'm just saying like this, y'all have a blast past while now and a greater later. Live the life of your design so you can have a good time for a lifetime. Live the life of his design so your life will be divine for the rest of your lifetime. Guess who, the rapper, aka the Grand Ambassador, the Flesh Dynasty, always here to lace your brain with some incredible and glorious game once again, man. As your host in the capacity of the reluctant YouTuber, you did? Hey, y'all live the life you love the life you live. Peace. I'm out. I love y'all. I'm out. And while I'm out, before I go, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification, get in the comment section, leave a comment, drop a comment, but you know, spread the love. All right, peace.